Hello, I'm Paul here. Today I'm going to be going over the LNL trend system, and we're going to be going over, I want to go over some of the other assets, so some I don't normally talk about. So we're going to be going into gold. I've made a couple videos on gold, some different strategies, but when I find a strategy that it might work and might help the chances of increasing with gold trades, because gold is very volatile. So whenever I do find a strategy, I want it to be a strategy that works well. So what I'm going to do is go over gold today. I'm going to go over the LNL trend system, and we're going to be going over how to use it to find good moments to get into trades. Now, with the strategy, we want to be focusing on going with the trend. I always like going with the trend. Whenever it's going against the trend, I take a break from it, or try to. So what you want to do first with the strategy is you need two indicators, and then you basically want to go in the direction of the trend. So I'm going to show you how to set it up with the LNL trend system and using RSI as well. Okay, so when you want to set this up, it's pretty easy. You'll need your LNL trend system and RSI. I also have MACD on here too, because I find that both of them kind of help find the signals. But basically, you want to make sure you have your LNL. So you want to go to indicators, and you want to go to LNL. You want to go to LNL trend system by LNL Capital. Now, when you first load it up, it's going to look, it'll be by default. But let me just show you the ones that I have selected here, and that's show trend bars. But with show trend bar, now this is just personal, as I like having it where I just see the borders of the candles here. So that's personal preference. But I turned down the opacity on this one, that brings it to like it is right there. And then the only other ones you need are show trend line, and I make sure I pick my colors bright colors. Now the neutral I have to be white. And then show HTF trend line, and again I bring out the colors and I make the neutral a white. And that's really all I use. And then once you have it, I also have RSI on here and MACD as well, just to get a better idea of direction and all that. So the first thing you want to do really is you want to take note on a longer time frame, and you want to take notice every time the two lines from the LNL trend system cross. So basically, the first thing you want to do is you want to look for this on the day chart. Now, it doesn't always happen. It doesn't always, you're not always going to find this on the day chart. So you just got to keep your eye open for it. So, but basically, when the lines cross, it's a pretty good, there's a good chance that it's going to keep going in that direction if you do see these lines cross. So what we could get right here is there's different ways to doing these trades. So we see it became bullish right about here, which was January 6th, and we see the price of gold has been going up since then. So we just focused on when the LNL trend lines crossed, and then we just would rule that out. Now, if you missed, now we know the overall trend right now is going up. Right now the overall trend's going up, but it might be doing a little bit of a pullback. But right now the overall trend, so we want to focus on it going up. We only want to focus on uptrend. If on the day chart it is going up, we want to focus on the trend of it going up. So basically, we look here on the day chart, we see that the trend is going up. We look here on the RSI to see if there's any entry points that we could have got into, and not on the day chart. We would not have been able to find any on the day chart. You want to look for a cross with the RSI, and you don't really see that right here. So next thing you want to do is you want to look at MACD as well to see if that is going up as well. And what we could kind of tell is that there's a little bit of a pullback right now. So since the trend, the overall trend, now in order for it to become bearish, these two lines would basically have to cross again. So in order for this to turn bearish, these two lines would have to cross like it is right here. So knowing this, the direction we're still going to be focusing on is up. So since we really can't do anything on the day chart, let's just go down into the time frames here. Let's do the hour here. And what we basically want to do is since we know the overall direction is going up, we want to focus on the moments when the lines are crossing. So for the best entries, you want to see the LNL trend system. So you see a crossing right here. So this would have been a good ride. Since we know the overall direction's going up, we could have entered right here. Could have rode that out, and that could have been some profit. And then we have, now we do have, now if you look at your RSI, you can actually, you could get in at some pretty good moments. There's a moment right here. You could have got in right here because look at the RSI, it's crossing right here. So you could have got in at that moment right there, and that would be some profit. But you can see how volatile this is because it does have, it does have little spikes. You see right down here for the RSI, you see it spiking a little bit, but then it comes back down. So it's volatile, so you got to keep your eye open for that. What I would do is I would focus on the LNL trend system lines, and because that would probably bring in the best results. See right here, you see it crossing. It's faked you out right here, but then it crossed right here. So could have rode that one out. So from here all the way up here to the top, you could have rode that one out, and that would lead you into some gains. And you got another cross right here. Got a cross right here, and you could have rode that one out, which would have led into some gains. You can also look at your RSI right here, which would confirm it too. And you can also look at your MACD, which would confirm it too. So then you get a little moment right here, a brief one. You also see it with the RSI. You also see it with the MACD. And then let's just do, we got a couple one here. The next time it crossed was right here. So you could have rode it out from here all the way up here to the top, and this would have led into some pretty good gains. From here all the way to the top would have been some profit. You could also scalp it a little bit here. You see good entry points. You just look at your RSI right here. You could have entered here. Could have entered here. Could have entered there. So those are some good moments right there. So that's basically what the strategy is. It's pretty simple. You want to look at your day chart, and you want to get an idea of what the overall trend is. So right now the trend is going up. The trend is going up. So the direction you would focus on is me personally, I don't go against the trend. I only go with the trend. So if I was doing any future moves, I would wait for another move up, basically. So I'd look for it to go up on the with the RSI, or I'd go down to the smaller time frame and I'd wait for there to be right here. If we look at our LNL trend system here, we can see that these lines might be crossing down, so they might be coming down here pretty soon. So what I would do is I would look on the hour, and I would wait, to see the lines crossing down, but I'd wait for them to cross back up. I'd wait for the LNL trend system lines to cross back up. That basically be the next move. When you're trading something as volatile as gold here, you want to get the best entry points. So anyway, with the strategy, you want to look at the day chart. You want to get the idea of what the overall direction is using the LNL trend system. And then you want to kind of get in there on a little, you want to go to a smaller time frame, and you want to find those moments where it's going back up with the lines crossing. You also want to look at your RSI. You also want to look at your MACD as well for other signals. But anyway, this strategy works really well. Guys, like this strategy, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.